Hello, my beautiful lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here and you just so happen to stumble upon today's video, hello, welcome. My name is Shonnetta from ShonnettasDivineTarot here on YouTube, and this is my good friend Craig, okay? Hi. So, yes, you guys, as you can tell by the title, this video is going to be all about how to make
Florida water.
Okay, so this was highly requested. You guys have been blowing up the comments, and I thought, why not bring my good friend Craig, you know, the pro over here that taught me how to make Florida water on the channel. So anyways, before we get started, really quick, Craig, would you like to tell the people about yourself a little bit?
Hi, everyone. Nice to share this space with you. I'm a shamanic practitioner and healer. I met Chris and Shonnetta forever ago in a day. We're like family. I love pugs. Pugs are life. I'm Filipino, so that's also there. I really just love life. If you have questions, ask me.
Yes, his Instagram will be linked down below. I know you guys will love him, period. So yes, you guys, we're gonna jump into it. I'm so excited. I know you guys are super excited. So let's just get started.
Yes.
All right, you guys, so we're just gonna jump into this bad boy. So first and foremost, let's talk about it. What is Florida water? Like, what is it?
So, in my opinion, Florida water is a sacred mixture, a sacred fluid that is typically alcohol-based, that is utilized in many different traditions all over the world. Essentially to ritually cleanse oneself or a space or place or things, crystals, or for ritual feedings. And so in that aspect, we have the knowing that this sacred, beautiful, like gorgeous mixture of Florida water is a powerful tool on our journeys to walk in our own energies, and our healthy flow and vibration, much like you would shower every day, like everybody does them, and cleanse yourself physically. Florida water is essentially like the body wash of the spiritual community. Again, ritual cleansings, like that's the best way. What is your take on it? What is your connection with Florida water?
Okay, so my connection with Florida water is, when I think about Florida water, I specifically think about cleansing, removing any unwanted energies or vibrations that I've been carrying that don't serve me. That's what I think about Florida water. You know, I use it to cleanse my space, myself, you know, my tarot decks, my crystals, stuff like that, just cleansing, you know, so that's really cool. That's my take on it. I enjoy it. I love it. I use it.
I'm glad you said that, actually, because I know we highlighted the cleansing portion, but an integral part of cleansing is also blessings. If you remove like an energy or vibration from a space, and excuse me if I keep looking away, I'm getting hip to like the lens. When you use it to cleanse a space or a place or anything really, it's really important to replace that energy that you removed. So if you've cleansed a heavy energy or vibration, and I don't want to label it, you want to fill it with like a blessing, a positive thing that feels good, whether it's love, it's peace, it's clarity. You really want to fill that space, not feed that space. Yeah, you can feed it. Right. So Florida water is a beautiful tool that's dual purpose in cleansing and imparting blessings. Bless me.
Beautiful. I love him. He's so funny, you guys. Comment down below if you want to see him make a YouTube channel, period. All right. So another important thing that we all need to know in regards to the beautiful Florida water is, when do we need to use it? How often? So what's your take on that?
So my perspective is, first, get really present. Get really in tune with how you're feeling in your body and your day-to-day life. When you're feeling good, I wouldn't say that you really need to use it, but whenever you've had like a rough day or you've come out of a place that feels heavy for you and or negative, I don't really use that verbiage in my day-to-day life, but that's why I do the air quotes, just so you know. Whenever you feel heavy or negative, that's the best time. After an argument, after coming out of any space or place that has evoked a heavy emotion or feeling in you, that's the most perfect time to use it. And so, how often, which I'll segue into, as needed. Some people are really religious with their cleansings, and I don't mean like religion-wise, but they have protocols. So when they wake up, before they start the day, they cleanse themselves. After they come home from work, or before they go to work, again, they'll cleanse themselves. When they come home from work, they'll cleanse themselves. Before they go to bed, they'll cleanse themselves. Just had a fight. When you open the window, cleanse the space and cleanse myself. So the important thing that I really want to plant here for everybody, it's important to really get present with yourself and hear your heart. If you feel like you need to do it, or it's like just popping up in your thoughts, man, like I could really use some of my amazing Florida water, like do it.
Right.
As needed, like your heart.
Yes, Craig always talks about self-referencing, so
yeah,
that's what we got to do.
She's heard it a lot in her life.
We got to do it.
Self-reference.
Right.
What does your heart say?
Right, and that's a good way to, just check yourself sometimes. So for me, how often I like to cleanse myself, of course I self-reference. Like for me, anytime that I'm feeling, just heavy, or like between readings. So if you're a reader, if you do spiritual work, I would recommend to do that. That's really important. But I always hear heart, just like Craig was talking about. I don't do it every day, but if I do feel like I need to do it every day, I will do it. I like to add it in my spiritual baths, which that video is coming soon. I did not forget about it. Okay, you already know.
Oh, that'll be on you.
So, but yes, that's how often I do it. Comment down below how often you would, okay?
Perfect.
But we're gonna go ahead and talk about how to actually make it, because that's what you guys all came here for. But of course, we had to let you know the basics, so you're not out here being crazy. But let's jump into how you can make your Florida water.
So, one of the first things that you're gonna need when you're making your Florida water is some kind of container or receptacle to hold it. I recommend glass. A lot of different stores have different size mason jars. You don't need this size. You could use something like this. This is just a recycled coconut jar. Wash it hot soapy water, dry. You're also gonna need a fluid.
Okay.
And so what we use here is Everclear. If you're not old enough, or if that's not something you wanna use, another alternative is witch hazel. You would use equal parts witch hazel with water. So if you're using half a cup of witch hazel, it's half a cup of water. But for this, we're just gonna use this pure.
Okay.
Then you need your herbal ingredients, and we have a plethora. And what's really important to note here, and bless me, like I'm all over the place, I'm a shaman. Like, straight and narrow is not my thing. You want herbs. You can use dried. If you're using a high concentrated volume of alcohol, I would say it's okay to use fresh, but when possible, please try to use dried. It's even better if you grow your own herbs and you dry them. It's so much more powerful that way. Mm-hmm. Thank you for growing like your herbs and your plants. Like, sage, we have rose petals, we have cloves, we have rosemary, we have
lavender.
Lavender.
We have a bunch, and today we're just gonna be showing you guys how to make like a very basic, like, what would you call this, like a general?
I would call this kind of like the core essence of Florida water. Like, you can add to this. If this is the only Florida water you make for the rest of your life, you're golden. It's gonna be potent and powerful. It's going to cleanse and bless and do everything you need it to do and more. So Palo Santo, you need 1 stick. It's better to use fresh, but if you have one that you've used, just scrape off some of the black stuff, put it in, doesn't matter.
True that.
And I have some, it's not necessary, but for today, we're gonna add it, black copal. I would recommend putting frankincense resin, and if you don't have the resin, you could use the essential oil. So I use a combination of essential oils and herbs. If you don't have the herb, but you have the oil, boom. Really, the main ingredients that you'll need, as I retrace my memory, lemon peels, lemon essential oil, orange peels, orange essential oil, cloves, rosemary, sage, and lavender.
Yes.
If that is all you use, and frankincense, I will say frankincense. That's a really important ingredient. And
what's so important about frankincense? Curious.
Frankincense, for me, frankincense resin and essential oil, it's a very powerful, high vibrational resin. If you're wanting to cleanse a space and you don't have anything but frankincense resin, that is the one go-to I would use. So in this Florida water creation, it adds that high spiritual vibration to it, that potency. It blesses, it makes things sacred. That's why I say it's really important. And I noticed a difference because I play with my recipes. Most of them are in here.
Also, wait, really quick, tell them how long you've been in the game, Craig, because I don't think they know.
Professionally, I've been more professional since I was 18, but I've been doing the spiritual life, the shamanic work, the work with the herbs and the candles, probably since I was 13.
Okay.
Middle school.
Okay.
That's probably, but 18 is professional when I started working with clients and receiving a blessing of abundance for it.
Okay, I had to let you guys know that real quick. But yeah, so those are the basics, and now we're actually going to make this bad boy, okay? And we'll also link down below like all the basics for this specific recipe. It'll be in the description box so you can check that out. But let's go ahead and make this.
Okay.
All right.
So when you're making Florida water or anything really, whether it's a spiritual bath, which you're gonna wanna watch that.
Yeah.
It's really important to really clarify your intention. Have clear intention. What is your intention for this Florida water? To cleanse, bless, feed, and empower your space. And so it would be a good thing for you to look up the properties of the herbs you're using. So one of the first bases that I add is sage. Cleansing, it brings wisdom and clarity. This is sage that the lovely Shonnetta got from her garden and dried. And so it's been filled with intention and blessings and her breath. So you can put it in whole or you can break it up. I'm probably just gonna break it up a little bit. And what we like to do is, your breath is life. Your breath is powerful.
You want me to do this one?
Yes.
Okay.
And we can trade too.
All right.
And so what I'm gonna do really quick is, with strong intention, I'm going to blow what I want this herb to do in my Florida water. So I'm asking the spirit of this herb, I'm filling it with my breath and my life, to lend its cleansing properties, its wisdom, its ability to make things sacred. So just with 3 breaths, I do this. If you have the blessing of having people that you can share this work with, and it is sacred, so please open sacred space in whatever your tradition dictates or your personal practice dictates. When you're working in a group, whether it's another person, 3 or more, there's like a group consciousness, and it's really powerful for everybody to have their breath and their own intentions and vibrations, and it makes it that much more powerful. I will say some of the most powerful Florida waters I've made has been with Chris and Shonnetta. And another way, because they're talking to me about it, and by they I mean the beings and people that I work with, if you're overthinking the breath thing, you really cannot mess that up. Just clear intention. If, like, for instance, you think of a happy memory, you're not thinking in sentence structure. That's just your mind's way of communicating. It's, oh, we have to break it down this way. If you have like a happy memory of your grandmother or a best friend, you're not thinking in words. So call up whatever works for you, whether you're visualizing that sacred or that cleansing, and blow that in. Just know that I'm doing this, it's going to work. Your intent is important. Intention and intent are 2 different things. But another way that my guides want me to show you is, you can hold your hand over it, your dominant hand. I bless and empower this sage, that it lend its healing vibrations and energies to this Florida water, that it fill it with its strength and its power. And you don't have to say verbatim what I'm saying. I'm just speaking from the heart. Like, listen to it a couple times and find your flow. That it lend its healing energies and vibrations to this Florida water, that it cleanse, bless, and make sacred all that it touches.
Beautiful.
Gratitude is the attitude. So always express your thankful, your thanks, your gratitude, whether it's verbal or nonverbal.
Yes.
And so we add it to the jar.
Okay. So just like Craig was talking about, it's all about intention. Just like we were talking about before we turned the camera on, when you're doing stuff like this, you can't just like throw, I mean, you could just throw it in there, but you know, what are you doing this for? You have to be very present, mindful in the moment. So I'm going to blow on my intentions. You know, lavender is for peace. Lavender is for relaxation. What else would lavender be good for?
Some people use lavender for emotional healing.
Oh,
and so
true.
one component of Florida water is it does that. If you like have heavy emotions, that's why people use it.
Okay.
God, do you?
So I'm just gonna, do me real quick. Okay.
I can get this open. Thank you.
You already know. I'll open this one.
As you're blowing in, if you want to speak your prayers, that you can do that too. Like, this is not set in stone in any way, shape, or form. And so, I'm Filipino, so I was never taught to measure when I cook. So when I make things, I don't really measure. The only time I might do that is with essential oils, because certain essential oils can have harmful effects sometimes. So in high dosages. So with this, just add what feels right. So feels good for me.
Great. All that piece up in there. You already know.
You can kind of like see it. I don't know if you can see it, but I tried.
Yeah.
Set that to the
Just
side.
self-reference. Do what feels right. with this, you know. Our way is not the highway. Or I could not, actually.
It's not our way or the highway. I think that's how that's said.
Yeah. So, no, I couldn't get this open.
But we have this handy dandy little knife.
We do.
Crystal knife. Besides using to cut cords, it can be used to open bags.
Bags.
Cloves, I don't know if I said it. I think I did. I'm going to hold the intention that I did and I'm just forgetting. But cloves are an essential part of a Florida water, whether it's the oil you're using or the actual herb. Cloves are good for luck and prosperity. They have a cleansing effect. Different traditions will say different things. And again, seed, this is not like the one way. What I say is not the be all end all. So what I'm gonna do is use my breath and my intention and empower and bless these cloves. Sometimes I'll present the herbs to the different directions. And I'll kind of peek you into this. We kind of have like an outline, but my people are talking to me and they're wanting me to share these things. And so I'm gonna honor that. And so sometimes I work with 6 directions, but I may present it to the 4 different directions, asking for their blessing, that they fill it with their divine strength, their power, with their blessings, and with their medicine, that it aid me, and then add it. And so I'm just gonna add the whole packet. Cloves, you can't go wrong there.
Right, okay.
Rose petals. Rose petals are good for love. And so we want that energy of love, self-love, relational love. Love has a profound, powerful way of removing that fear.
Nice.
Think about your life. So, you know, we're gonna do this thing.
Thank you. Okay. So we're just gonna, that feels good.
Perfect.
You know. Okay, so also, did you want to put some Yerba Santa in there?
Yes.
Here we go. Yerba Santa.
It's amazing. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to use to smudge with. It's a prime staple of like my Florida water. It honors what's wild and sacred besides being cleansing. So I put it in my Florida water with the intention that whatever I'm witnessing, I know it's sacred. Not everybody may understand that, and that's okay. But no matter what you witness in your world, whether it feels heavy for you or light for you, and by light I mean like it feels good, weight-wise, it's sacred. You're sacred. The people that you feel are being mean to you are sacred. Reflections.
Right. Okay. All right. So this would be like really good for cleansing, right? Okay. So I'm just going to do what I'm going to do, you know, blowing it in.
Yes.
All right.
We just feel it out. If you want to substitute like Yerba Santa for sage, that's like perfectly doable. They really complement each other. I'll pass this back to you.
All right.
I found that if you vibe with lemongrass more than lemon, you can substitute lemongrass essential oil or lemongrass leaves for lemon essential oil. So I don't have lemon peels. So what we're gonna do is our lemon essential oil. And so you can blow into this, just don't like get it on your lips. Just really be really mindful about that. What I do is I'll put however many drops feel right. And to be completely transparent, last time we did this, I kind of popped the top off and just poured it.
Whoop.
Yeah, just popped the top off and just poured it. So I'm gonna shake a good amount out. While I'm doing this, I'm tuning into what does it feel like? Does it feel good? Does it feel in alignment with my intention? And so that feels good. And so what I do after I add essential oils is I will just take the whole jar and blow my intention into that oil. I bring my awareness to that lemon essential oil. Lemon's very cleansing and refreshing. So that's kind of why we add that to Florida water, at least why I do. You're gonna be doing like a lot of blowing in this video. Like, oh, we are, but
yeah.
When you make it, you're gonna be doing a lot of blowing, so.
It's very powerful though. So if you've been doing certain things and you haven't been doing this technique, we recommend to try it, see how it feels, see if there's a difference because it's powerful. So definitely recommend it. So what are we doing next?
So I don't have frankincense resin. In transparency, I tried to find it when I left my house, but see what had happened was I had lunch with my grandmother, love her, grateful. She's taught me so many lessons. And I was running late and I couldn't find it. So next best thing is this frankincense essential oil. And this is from a certain company and it's 3 high quality strains, grades of frankincense. So
Okay.
I won't be as heavy-handed.
Oh, he's fancy. Okay.
I won't be as heavy-handed with that one, but I also have a backup frankincense from another company that is concentrated, but it's not as expensive.
True that.
Now, this does not mean I don't value what we're making.
Right.
But
sometimes you gotta use what you have, you know?
You know, you work with what you got.
Right.
And so if you want to be heavy-handed with the frankincense, you can. If you have dried frankincense resin, you can get it at metaphysical shops, online, Amazon. It'll most likely be linked. I think we're linking.
Yeah, we're gonna link that.
You would, just like with the other herbs, blow your breath, blow your intention. And so same thing. So I don't want this video to be too long for you guys.
Right.
So we're gonna speed this up a little bit.
You know.
Yeah.
Do you want to use the did we put rosemary yet?
No, we haven't. Rosemary's great.
Okay, so rosemary. I don't use it a lot. So what do you use it for?
Rosemary is very great for blessings. People
Okay.
use it for cleansings. People use it for love. It's a good herb for protection. It's, I don't want to say an all-around, all-purpose herb, but it has a lot of benefits. When you're looking up herbs, and I'm only sharing this with you because I'm being told to, not that I wouldn't, but in this moment because I'm being told to, I really want to stress that to you guys. Like, my job is to be of service to the community. And so you guys in this time are my community. Even outside of this space, you're my community. Look at how the cultures used herbs. So like, were they making wreaths of rosemary? No, but they were making wreaths or crowns of bay leaves, laurel leaves. Like, look at the connections. Be open and receptive to what you see. So I'm gonna bless this rosemary. I just wanted to share a little tidbit with you. One of my secret ingredients, it's not really secret because I'm telling you guys about it. One of the things I used to keep privately to myself is Peruvian mint. So it's grown in Peru. It's not like the mint that's grown here in the States. It's a little different. They use it if you're having a lot of mental anxiety or strife. If you have like a lot of mental fog, they're called brain fog.
Mm-hmm.
Brain fog, this is great to use. I find that it really brings clarity full circle for the clients when I use it to cleanse them or in sessions or even in rituals. So
right. Where can they find some of this?
Online.
Okay.
Shaman's Market, great supplier.
Be linked down below.
Yeah, I've never had any complaints of any of the products or ingredients or items I've used from them. I love them. They're my go-to for Palo Santo.
All right.
If you want a high quality Palo Santo, go to them. And
that's all we get over here.
Insider tip, keep it in a mason jar. And so
Yeah.
whether you're recycling like your pickle jars or like your peanut butter jars or whatever, it has to be glass, please.
Yes.
Airtight. Your Palo Santo will stay so much more fresh, so much longer. You're preserving the natural oils. So blown in my intentions.
Okay. Okay.
So I'll hold this for you.
All right. All right. Great.
We'll add the Palo Santo stick. You're probably wondering why we add that. So most people know that it's good for cleansing, but as it was taught to me by my teachers and the beings that I've had the gratitude and the honor of being able to share space with, it holds space for your prayers. I can't directly translate that. It's more of an experiential thing, but it honors your prayers. It honors your intentions. It holds space for them. Like if you witness somebody going through something heavy, and it's that nonverbal moment of where you're expressing love and like you're seeing them, like I see you. It's like that whole avatar moment. So my intention when I blow it in is that it's lending its natural cleansings and blessings and its ability to make things sacred, but also to hold space for our prayers and our intentions. Perfect. While you're doing that, I'm going to add some black copal. It has great properties, just like a little handful, like I don't know if you can see it. I prefer black copal over regular copal. So we'll add that. Ylang Ylang is an optional ingredient. You don't have to use it. I use it for that energy of harmony. It looks like I'm out, so that little drop we have will have to be good enough. I'm not gonna say I'm ghetto, but I'm resourceful. If anything my culture has taught me is how to be resourceful. So if I was probably at home and I wasn't on camera, I might have poured a little bit of the Everclear in this bottle and shook it up and dumped it. Little tip. Are there any ingredients that you like to add to your like photo water? Ooh, orange peels.
Right, that's what I was gonna say.
Go ahead,
orange
bless.
peels. Okay. What is this, like energizing?
It energizes, it refreshes, but orange peels, Orange is good for attracting.
Okay.
And so those attracting those blessings, whether it's good fortune, it's love, it's whatever, it's good for attraction.
Great.
Perfect.
Okay.
Cinnamon is an optional ingredient. I'm using Cassia. It's from my understanding, please correct me if I'm wrong, that it's from a different part of the bark. It's like a higher quality. There's even a difference in smell. And it smells like so delicious.
May I look?
Yes.
Oh, true that. Okay.
Do not be too heavy-handed with this. For a jar this size, if you want it to be heavy-handed, 10 would be excessive.
Okay.
But I'm not your parent, so my recommendation, I'm probably going to add the 10. I will share this. This is lightning struck wood. Lightning struck wood. Lightning in different traditions comes directly from the gods themselves. It goes through the 3 worlds. Like what it touches, boom, it's forever changed. So we're adding that lightning medicine, the ability to change something in a moment forever, to it. You can add a big piece, you can add a small piece. If you're wanting some, it's not easy to find. You're powerful. I'm not going to deny your power. Hold strong intention that you come across it.
True that.
Just add the whole thing.
Right.
I'm really heavy-handed with it. I'm not gonna lie.
I love how orange smells, so do what you gotta do.
I'm not gonna be too heavy-handed with hers.
No, you go for it. Okay, this stuff smells bomb. All right.
For something this size, I may add like a quarter of the bottle or half.
Okay.
Just be mindful, because some what do you call it? Citrus essential oils like lime essential oil or orange essential oil can cause a sensitivity in the sun, and it could cause like a chemical burn or reaction. So just be mindful of that. So marigolds, or some people refer to them as calendula leaves, are powerful to use in Florida water. I felt guided, like I said, because I saw them in front of our house, and it was just like, add those. I added these fresh. You can dry them. You can purchase them dried. If you want to add calendula oil, you could do that. But some shamans and some other spiritual practitioners, and I'll use it as a term, I don't want to lump everybody together, but umbrella terms, some spiritual practitioners will use it in spiritual cleansings to avert negative energy or to impart certain blessings. Some people use them in money work. And so I'm going to bless them. We're going to bless them with the intention that their highest healing vibrations that are most in alignment with our lovely Florida water.
Okay.
That's all. So I'm just going to hold it. And you don't have to hold it close to your mouth. It's better if you do, because it gets the breath. But if you're working in a group and you guys aren't wanting to pass it, or you press for time, hold it between everybody, and with strong intention, it's like you're blowing it in. So that's what we're gonna do. You can put them in a hole. I'm probably gonna just put the flower petals.
Beautiful. This is gonna be so pretty.
They smell so good. I really love the smell of it. It's one of my favorite flower smells.
Oh, it does smell good.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And then also really quick, this is special, for those of you out there that collect rainwater from the full moons, new moons, that's very powerful. So I did have full moon rainwater from one of the full moons that we had in June. So if you have some of that, if you want to collect it, you can go, do your thing. Okay. So we're going to add, should we add all of it? Could we?
Self-reference. You could.
I feel we're gonna use all of it because this is a big batch, why not make it powerful? So yeah, that's what this is. This is full moon water, very powerful, charged up by that moon energy. All right, and so, also another essential oil that you can add, lemongrass. So, and what are you adding? He said?
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
I felt called grapefruit. It's really refreshing.
Do you want to use a grapefruit peel?
Bless.
We can do that because we be eating the grapefruits over here. So this is lemongrass, just a little bit of that. All right, and then I'm gonna get some grapefruit peels, and then we're ready to pour the
Yep.
Okay.
To pour our base.
We have our grapefruit peels. You can also add orange peels. Yeah. We did, or
if you
lemon.
want to mash them up a little bit, you can. You don't have to.
Should I cut these?
No, what I mean is when you crinkle them, it helps release some of the oils. But the base we're using, liquid base, Everclear, is really potent.
Mm-hmm.
I will say some states don't sell it. And let me reiterate, if you can't get Everclear, feel free to use any liquor. Vodka is the second best recommended liquor or liquid to use, 60 proof or higher.
Okay.
And again, if you're not old enough or you're not comfortable or there's something about liquor that's like, meh, witch hazel, water.
Okay.
Equal parts. If not, like bare minimum, I wouldn't recommend it, like rubbing alcohol.
So now we're gonna add it. So
be careful with this. This is extremely flammable if you're using Everclear. And the reason why I have to use it because it's flammable is because of in the type of work that I do, I need the liquor to be flammable so that I can
the whole bottle.
Light a fire and do extractions with it. Perfect. Oh, bless. We're using the whole bottle. And so I'm gonna use this handy dandy. I'm not gonna use your athame. Not athame. I mean your obsidian knife. We will use this lovely stick from one of the lovely plants. If a tree calls out to you and wants to be added, add it. I try to get everything under the liquid.
Okay, and Craig, how long should we have this sitting before use?
So you want to make this on a new moon. And you don't have to.
Uh-oh, wrong one.
It should sit ideally for 2 weeks. So on the night after, within 3 days of the new moon, I make it. And let's pretend I'm done. You close it and you would put it, what I do is I prefer to put it on a windowsill where it gets sunlight and moonlight. And I leave it there until the full moon, and sometimes I'll leave it a couple days, but 14 days bare minimum every day. When you have time, preferably every day if possible, go to it and shake it. I bless and empower this Florida water that it aid me in my work, that it cleanse and bless all that it touches. You don't have to do that. That's just what I do. But shake it with the intention and speak your prayers. Don't reopen it. Please do not reopen it. I mean, if there's another ingredient like you have to add, or if you really feel called, open it. But I leave it closed for the duration of the 2 weeks. After that, you can decant it into smaller bottles. I always recommend glass. I got these on Amazon if we can find them. I'll have Shonnetta link them so you can have them. And then I'll keep it in this, and I'll keep the rest in the mother jar.
Okay.
Excuse me, let me sip some tea.
Yeah.
So now that we've added everything, let me just quickly do our final breaths and prayers and intentions. Go ahead and do you. I feel called to add. I felt really called to add rosemary essential oil. I'm not going to be too heavy-handed.
Do what you gotta do.
That's enough for me, and that'll get mixed. I really like the Everclear because it really mixes all the ingredients. Your Florida water will change color. Probably because we added the grapefruit, it might be like an orangish color, but traditionally when I make it, when we make it before, it's like a green color.
Okay. All right, you guys, so this was how we make our Florida water. This is, once again, the basic recipe. You know, you can do whatever you want to do, add whatever you feel called to do, but this was our recipe, okay? Yep. So if you're interested in seeing how you can actually use it, you know, beneficial ways, you know, how you can cleanse your space, cleanse your crystals, yourself, your home, go ahead and check out the part 2 to this video. I will have that listed up here, okay? Also, once again, you guys, comment down below how you enjoyed this video. If you want Craig to make a channel, comment down below. Check out his social medias. But yeah, you guys, so I'll see you in part 2. We'll see you in part 2.
One final thing.
Okay.
Please do not use any ingredients in your Florida water that are poisonous.
Oh, yeah.
So there are certain herbs. You can add rue, but be cautious with that. Like, don't add wormwood. Don't add like aconite, like belladonna or something. Please do not. Please don't add ammonia. Please add only natural ingredients. If you have to question whether you should add it, there's your answer. Period.
All right, you guys, so we'll see you in part 2. It's been real. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.